conservation, is that RV or RR?
V. That's it. So what did you find out, Joe, that supports the conservationist point of view about removing hedgerows? Why might he not want them removed?
That 200,000 miles of hedgerow was lost in England.
Right.
Has been lost since 1947.
Right. And what's significant about that, though? Why is that not a good thing?
Hedges occupy more land than all of the nature reserves in England.
Right. And what is it like about the hedgerows that makes them so special that removing them and that amount of hedgerows is such a problem?
15% of hedges contain 15% of broadleaf trees, 600 species of flowering plants, 1,500 species of insects, 65 species of bird, and 20 species of mammal. Right,
so if we're cutting down the hedgerows and that amount, we're going to start to lose some of these species in some parts of our country. So that's your argument. So you're twisting the information around to try and get to his point of view.
Do we have to write it out in sentences or note?
No, just note form, bullet point, spider, diagram. Yeah, just be sharing the information and perhaps trying to put a few bits together. So you might say that it contains 15% of broadleaf trees, such as hazel, which is important habitat for voles and dormice. So maybe, try to make links between the information, okay?
Okay.
All right. So what have you got a scribe going on here, have you? Yeah. So Rhiannon is going to be the scribe. And what have you shared then, Sam?
I've shared the one about the hedges occupying more land than any nature reserves in England, and they contain 600 species of flowering plants.
So the important habitat for these species, and if we cut down the hedgerows, we're gonna start to lose those. Okay, fantastic. Right, keep contributing then. Yeah? Or perhaps you could write something on the board to give to Rhiannon to copy down, and then you could try and share your information, yeah? Yeah, try, because you've only got 7 more minutes now to try and get all of this down. There's quite a lot that you've collected here. Okay? So you're bringing in a bit of background information as well then?
How would I put that they're planning to build a massive 40,000 pounds of pipeline, I think it was.
You could put that as an example, couldn't you? So you could put for example, they're going to build a big pipeline that's going to get rid of hedgerows with hazel in, which is a habitat for these animals. Yeah? Right, Mike then, come on, what have you found out about this argument? Why might the conservationists...
It would endanger dormice, etc. It would stop hazel from growing.
Right, okay, and why is the hazel important?
Because that's where dormice and hedgehogs and that live.
Right, so that's their habitat, isn't it? And what have we got over here then, Alistair?
Say what all the hedges contain.
Right, okay.
Species and...
Yeah. And what have you got then, Amelia? What are you contributing? Because you've all got slightly different bit of research.
Yeah. I've got the hedges stop the wind from blowing across.
Right.
The insects in the hedges help.
How do they stop the...
They blind still together.
Right, yeah, they kind of bind it together and they just provide a barrier, don't they, to the wind. Fantastic. Well done. Right, how are we getting on then? We've got quite a... Right. Yes, Dan? Well, no, the idea is that you kind of try and share the information and try to link it together. So if you just stick that on, it's just a bit of information on its own, isn't it?
Why is it only hedgehogs, voles and dormice are attracted to hazel?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Perhaps it isn't.
Like their
Perhaps
food
it,
or so?
yeah, perhaps it isn't just them. Perhaps they're just the main animals.
it said on that sheet over there that
Yeah.
dormice are getting attacked by the hedge trimming of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
voles, aren't they those ones with their huge eyes and they're really
Yeah.
tiny?
They've got pointy
Oh, yeah, they're
noses,
quite
haven't
cute.
they?
Yeah, they're like, wee.
And what are these? There's another thing like a ferret in there, or is that a ferret?
And ferrets aren't wild.
No, ferrets are
Like
quite.
cats,
Yeah,
aren't
but it's
they?
like.
Well, they can be wild, but they're quite sort of long. They're like long guinea pigs.
Jack Russell's hunt them.
Do they?
Yeah.
And
Something.
so, how could you link that into this then?
If they don't have the hedges, the Jack Russells can catch them. But they
Yeah,
have
but
the
they would
hedges, they
get-
can hide.
Right. So
if they-
yeah. So it's perhaps important sort of defence.
Yeah, defence.
Yeah,
But
important for
it's bad.
defence.
Hedges
It
are
could be
important.
bad for the animals as well, because if the Jack Russell goes in there, they could get attacked, or then they could get disease from the bush.
So
Yeah.
it's
So
bad
it's better
both
to take them
ways.
down, because then they can catch more easily.
Right.
But
Okay.
surely if you took them down, it could be better in a way because you have all those. You're not using all those like fuels because you're not using as much fuels because you're having to go around it.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
could be better.
Yeah. Well, what I like is that you're really reasoning this now and saying, well, it could be this, it could be that. Yeah. No, but that's brilliant because you're really using your information.
If this keeps on carrying on, and
There won't be any hedges.
Yeah, there won't be no hedges
Yeah.
left. There'll just be one massive.
Just be fences or just one.
like
massive
metal
big
fences.
fields.
It'll just be horrible.
The whole world. Would be
So
like
it's attractive value as well then, what we call aesthetic value. It looks attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
so
can do.
it's not just environmental, is it? It's about,
It's natural.
So what did you say?
well, it's called aesthetic.
How do you spell that?
Now you're going to test me. I think it's A-E,
Aesthetic?
yeah, S-T-H-T-I-C.
And it goes-
It's like a silent E,
Aesthetic
aesthetic
value.
value. So it's attractive.
Because otherwise you've just got all these horrible brown field things.
Yeah. Well done, folks. A pipeline. Yeah, you know, like the gas flows in or water pipeline. So a pipe underground. Big pipe underground.
When it says that they'll destroy all the about the pipeline, does that mean that the pipes, they'll dig up all the hedges?
Yeah, they're going to dig up the hedges to lay the pipe in the ground.
Will they replant the hedges?
No, they're just going to put the soil back on the top. All right, Alanis? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, fantastic. Right, Anna, we're going to stop a minute now. Fantastic. Brilliant. Well done. Can I get through, Alex? Okay, you've got 10 seconds just to finish off. Fantastic. Very exciting. Brilliant. 5, 4, 3, 2, and quiet then, please. Brilliant. I have seen some really, really good reasoning, some good discussion skills, some fantastic collaboration where you're sharing with each other and telling each other what you found out, which is brilliant. I've seen some different strategies. We've got down here, we've got everyone's trying to contribute. And then back there, we had some kind of systematic approach going on. We had Rhiannon was the scribe and the others were telling her what to write and how it linked in. So really interesting to see the different approaches you're using. Fantastic. Right, does anyone want to share perhaps the impact that they think is the most worrying impact? Dan, what do you think was the most worrying impact?
If they keep on removing the hedges, what's going to happen is it's just going to be fences and just a massive long field, and it's just going to all go.
Right, and what do we call that? Because we gave a name to that.
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic value, so how attractive it is. Absolutely right. Joe, what's the most important impact, do you think?
I think it's the National Grid planning to build the pipeline, because they're just going to dig up all the hedges, lay down these masses of pipes, and then just put soil back on top and not bother planting the hedges
Right.
or planting new ones.
Okay, fantastic. And that's going to have a knock-on effect, isn't it? Caroline, can you then give me one of the impacts that taking up all those hedges is going to have, an impact, environmental impact?
They contain 50% of our broadleaf trees, and in the world, people are cutting down trees, and they global warming is wrecking our atmosphere, and they can help restore it.
Right, fantastic. Right, what I want you to do with all that information is we're going to use it next lesson, but just quickly so we can recap it. In a group, I want you to decide, is your group agreeing that hedgerows must be removed by farmers? Is that a really good thing? Do the benefits outweigh the problems? Or is your group completely disagreeing? Is it a conservationist group? So on your boards, can you put a number 1 to 10, whether you agree or disagree with that statement? What do you think is a group then? Are you for the farmers? 3 to 5. So you're undecided that there's benefits, but there's also problems. Okay. 4. Okay, fair enough. Right. What are you going to go for then, folks?
I'm
4.
going to do 5. Do they want to do 4?
Why do they want to do 4?
Because she thinks we should do 3 because we disagree a bit. But me and Chris think that they should cut them down, but they shouldn't. In a way, because it's gonna
they want to cut it down to get bigger fields,
ruin stuff.
but then they'll just
But if you cut them down,
completely
then
destroy it.
It's going to be a
And
problem.
it could even make some more species go extinct.
Right, okay. Okay, fine. Okay, right. Can you hold out your boards then, please? Hold up your boards. Let's have a look what you think. Oh, we've got a real range here of different opinions. Wow. Right, let's have a look then. So this group down here, you've got 1, so you couldn't disagree more that removal of hedgerows should be done. So you are going completely, we shouldn't do it at all. Can you explain your reasoning then, Callum?
Because it's bad for the environment, and we're going to use homes for all these creatures which have homes in the hedgerows, like 65 species of birds live in the hedgerows.
So you're going for a wildlife point of view. Okay, right, we've got something, let's have a look at a different one. We've got a 6 here. Simi, can you explain our 6? Because that's quite a bit the other way. So you're saying that, yeah, farmers should be cutting down their hedgerows.
We think it should be 6 because some ways it is bad, but some ways it will be perfect.
Right, fantastic. And just lastly, one in the middle then. Dan, have you got an opinion to give?
I think 5 because it depends on the farming because arable needs the most fields, but for sheep they're on high land, so it doesn't really matter because they can move them around anywhere they want. So I think 5.
So on flat land, okay, yeah, they can because it compensates by on the hilly land you can't do it anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
Just cut down the hedges because everyone else is. It's only for arable farming really.
Right, so compensation weighing up. We can cut some down here because we don't have to here. Yeah. Right, fantastic. Okay, can you do me a big favour then? All your stuff, can you leave that in a pile? Can you put the boards and pens and things back in the plastic wallet and everything else back in the folder, leaving your sugar paper and the folder on your desk? Right, just put it in the folder and just leave it, okay? That'll be fine. That's it, put everything back in the folder and then just leave it on the desk with the sugar paper. That's it, pop everything in the folder and leave it with the sugar paper then, alright? Put that in the folder, yeah, I would. Alright, yeah, that's it. Well done, folks. Do you want to go and get your bag, Chris? I was pleased with how it went generally. Thought there were a few little niggles that needed to be ironed out throughout the lesson. I thought they collaborated really well and they worked really hard to make links between the different bits of research they'd done to come to their conclusion.